Well, good morning. I've had an amazing walk with Annie and Belle and Bo. I've forgotten the cat's name. I think it's Pip. And it's so beautiful. The spider's webs, the mist, the sun, the views, the valley. Just awesome, breathtaking. It's so fab to see a marvellous new part of Portugal, and it's so fab to spend time like with a friend and just chat and just be present, you know. It's the simple things in life, it really, really is. So I've had a marvellous time, and I slept inside last night. This was my bed. Oh, it's so comfortable. It's like I'm so not used to the luxury, of having a big comfortable bed that I can starfish on. 6'3" in a Renault Kangoo. It just doesn't. You can't stand a starfish in there. But you can snuggle up, nice and warm. So I was warm. I was comfortable. It was quiet and peaceful. I didn't really sleep because I'm so used to being in the van and the sounds of nature and that. So even though having the most beautiful little bathroom and shower and toilet, so I didn't have to struggle out of the bed and try and wedge myself on the toilet or anything. And so all that luxury, all that I was totally spoiled. I didn't really sleep very well. So it's just one of those things. I'm an outdoors girly, and I'm just, it's all experiences and surrounded by the most beautiful people, the most beautiful places, the most beautiful animals, so much wildlife, so much flowers. It's just amazing. Hi. Well, yeah, what a morning. Beautiful walk, an amazing breakfast. I had messy eggs, which is my first time having messy eggs, or spinach and eggs, or mixed up with onions and tomatoes and mushrooms. It was lovely. Thank you, Annie. So then had a big chat, like you do, catching up and hearing the stories off George about when he was at work and all the different things he used to drive, which was amazing. And now I'm just been outside sorting out BV. Got the incense going, Nag Champa, Hanuman devotion, and now I'm just chilling because I did it. So I finished the sorting the van, and I'm really quite chuffed with myself, and everything's practical now. It's more accessible than it was originally. So now the things that I'm using the most is easier to get to, and the things that I don't really need is buried away, and the things that were always getting in the way, like the the foil for the windows, it was like every time you move the foil, move the foil, move the foil, move the foil. But it's not just one foil, you see. You have one for each window, side window, then one for the front window, one for the back window. So you're moving the front window, the back window, the side windows, foils, moving, just move it to here, just move it, no more. I've worked out a way to get it rolled up nice and tight all together in one roll, so now it moves just one roll at a time. Easy to do as long as you get the right end. So I need to mark up which end's the right one, otherwise you know what it's like. When you pick something up, the chances are you'll roll it and it'll be the wrong end first. And you'll realise when you get to the end and the dangly bits aren't there. So, practice makes perfect and all that. So yeah, I've put my washing away. Everything's just feels cleansed and organised and beautiful, just the way things should be in Em's world. You know, in your world, things might be absolutely nothing like my world, and that's perfectly okay. You know, we all have our own personal choices for our own personal reasons, and there is no reason why we should impose our views on one another unless we live together, at which point, you know, it's good to compromise. So I'm in Annie and George's space, so I'm compromising my, you know, what I like to do. Sorry, joined by a fly. And organising what I do and going around their routines, and they doing their routines and compromising to allow me to be here, which it's a big thing to allow another human being into your personal space, you know. So it's an honour to be in different places and different personal spaces and seeing so many people from a totally different perspective, and it's beautiful. So I don't care if your house is messy. I don't care if you prefer your stuff all over the place. You know, it's just my van. It's the way I like it. It's my space for me. And, you know, maybe you don't like it like that. And that's fine. You know, you don't have to live in it. And I don't have to live in your space either. But when we meet as souls, we're meeting one human to another human. And that's what matters. That time, that shared space, that shared time, that sharing our existence, that two souls meeting as love, just being together and sharing space. And that is unbeatable, you know. And maybe we'll get to share food, and maybe we'll get to share drinks, and maybe we'll just get to be with each other. And none of that really matters. The only bit that matters is being, you know, being present and getting the opportunity to be present with one another. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm really achieving shit on my own, with a little help from my friends. And Susan Warnock, possibly said that wrong, but a friend of mine, virtual friend, but so much more than that. She's an amazing being, and her reading's awesome. And I met her on a couple of the spiritual groups that I'm in, and she's just a beautiful being. And she sent to me this morning, she says, yes, and as they say, we get by with a little help from our friends. And it's true, we don't have to do everything on our own. You know, little miss or little Mr. Independent, do everything on our own. We need, you know, we're social animals. We need to have that interaction with one another. And let's face it, we're all totally different types of human being. So we've all got different skills and different abilities, and we're all teaching each other how to walk home. So for me, it's just so marvellous to have such an amazing group of friends and of beings and opportunities and possibilities, and to be able to share space and to see all these amazing sights on the way, whilst doing it my way, you know, Em's way, and Vivi, and singing our own little song, you know, dancing to the beat of our own drum, or we would do if it arrived, and I'm sure it will. It's waiting for us somewhere. So for now, I'm just looking. I think I ought to show you around and let you see what I've done. So starting at the back, as you can see, the toilet's now raised to slightly higher than the toolbox. I can still access everything in my shelves, and it's a comfortable height to sit, and it even works when I sit on it outside. Now I've put that cushion there, it's lush. I've decided to keep a couple of the blankets and the sleeping bag and the foil on the bed because it's easy to get to from the back door, from both front doors, and it's practical. So that works really well. We've got the net curtain here, which is just shoved up there over the top of a bungee, and the tea towel, and that's because if I need the loo, I'll pull it down and pull it across, and no one has to see my arse through the window. So walking around here, got the same idea here, and then I've redone, so there's pig. I've re-put in all the shelves, as you can see. I've got a bungee for here to pop hedgehog in. I got hedgehog off my dad when I was 18. Then my dad disappeared to America. I still have my hedgehog and my memories. So, hey Dad, if you're out there. And hey Matt, hi Joanne, hi Christine. Think about you often. So, yeah, I've even got a picture here, actually. Hold on. This is me and my dad when I was 18. And my brother Matthew. And my sister Joanne. His name's Colin Justice Taylor. That was outside my granddad's house. Just after my granddad had passed away. But it was the first time I ever met my dad. So, how awesome is that? So, anyway. So, the shelves are all in. And here, what I've done is I took the base off the cooker. I turned it the right way round because I'd not realised that I'd not allowed the space for the legs the right way. Can you see that I'd made little bits for the legs there? So I changed all that, switched it round, put the hooks on the correct side, as in the siding. I didn't mess with that there, wherever it is, that nail coming through, because I don't want to break anything. And it's there and it's solid. So, and there I've added an L bracket into the corner. It's not the most straightest of screws, but it works. What happens is now I'm kneeing the table, but look, it's not in the way. It's not in the way. And because I needed to redo the cooker, I moved these little L brackets across. How I've got it in here, they were there. I've moved them across to here so I could use the same holes in the cooker. And I've cut off the end. So now I have this, which used to be here. And what I'm going to do is I'm on the lookout if anyone knows, well, if anyone's got any hinges and I'm coming past, at least one or two smallish hinges that I can borrow, well, not borrow, that you don't mind me having, give us a shout, and I'd be well and truly grateful for a couple of little hinges there. And then I've got a work surface that can come up and go down. But at the moment, when I come in, as you can see, this space is a bit cosy. Annie's word, cosy. I love that she calls my band cosy, because it is so cosy. And as you can see, carpet. Sorry about my underwears there, you don't want to see them. Maybe you do, no idea, but I'd rather keep it private. Not want to stick my knickers on the line. So there's me carpet there. That's just a little bit left over, and I did this just to a little bit of protection, really, because when it catches your leg, it's, whereas if it's there and I see it, but it reminds me to move my leg over, because otherwise I catch myself. So here the carpet went up behind this. You can't really see very well, but that's fine because it stops things falling out into there. And then over here, you see, the carpet went up here to make a little pocket, which stops things falling out of there. So really, really well and truly, I'm pretty made up with the van with VV and the way that I've now got it, so that everything that I need and want is where I can have it to hand. And everything's practical and it's cozy. I mean, it's more cozy, and the carpet's really made it a tiny home, you know. It's beautiful. I'm really, really grateful. Who'd have thought this was possible in under 3 weeks?